all of this stuff is changing so fast. Given that thought process that everything is changing that fast in technology, in your franchise in Code Ninjas, are you guys working on staying ahead of the changes and getting new information on what's, the newest method for working on this type of program and filtering that down to the
Yeah.
kids?
Yeah. So we're pretty in tune with the time. So, kind of working in the technology space, you understand that technology is probably the industry that probably iterates and changes the most compared to like, I don't say construction, right?
Mhm.
Construction is a very mature
Yeah, buildings are still
industry.
square
They've
pretty
been doing that
much.
stuff for hundreds and thousands of years, right? So they've kind of perfected the algorithm, so to say. But for technology, right, 6 months 6 months ago, it could be doing something completely differently because a new solution came out. Chat GPT came out. Another stack came out. Who knows? So you have to iterate. But at the end of the day, fundamentals remain the same, right? So like when you're doing object oriented programming, if you're doing front end with like JavaScript, HTML, CSS, things of that nature, right? The framework typically is the same. The time it gets a little bit kind of wonky is when you start talking about Web3 and decentralized applications. That kind of
Mm,
has like a different, method to its madness. We're actually in partnership now with Microsoft directly, so our curriculum is in tandem
that's
with
excellent.
Microsoft. So actually, our first the 5 belts, so all the way up to green belt, we do everything in Microsoft Make code. So everything when they're doing the front end, they're doing the Make code blocks, they're doing the JavaScript, everything up to before they get into object oriented programming or doing Unity coding in the back end. We do everything in partnership with Microsoft. So having that unique, relationship, if you will, that's kind of built in or baked into our curriculum kind of allows us to have a competitive advantage in the marketplace because you look at other coding schools like iCode and all these things, what they do is great. But in terms of what we're doing, we're the only ones that have the brand recognition and our CST, Computer Science Teacher Association, kind of compliant because our curriculum was designed around that. So that pretty much it goes to our program that they're being at the national
They're
standard.
they're almost getting certified Microsoft before they're
Basically,
freaking
pretty much.